Hi folks. So in this video we are going to teach you how to make truffles.
I get the giggles now.
She has no idea. So we had posted the recipe on our Facebook page, and you can get all of the stuff you want yourself, or you could have bought a kit. We are still selling them. It's $25. It comes with all of this stuff. The kit is what we're going to use as the basis for the instructional video today. You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I gathered myself together.
So I am Jodi. This is Amber.
Yep.
Amber doesn't know how to cook.
Nope.
At all.
I'm the child in the scenario, so if I can do it, all of you can do it.
Yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to do it just as you would do it in the kitchen. A couple little modifications maybe, but we're going to make it super simple and you know, in real time almost, because you don't want to be watching this video forever. So in the kit, it came like this. Comes with 10 ounces of Belgian chocolate. It is a mixture of milk chocolate and semi-sweet. If you wanted to use just milk or semi, that's fine. We find that the semi helps temper out and make it a little less sugar forward when we do the mixture. So that's what you're getting in this. So it's 10 ounces of chocolate. You want to tell them what else they're getting in the kit?
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. So you'll get, also in the box is all kinds of little cups, little 2-ounce cups. So there's nuts, might call them jimmies, you might call them sprinkles. It's really what goes on the donuts from the donut shop.
I call them sprinkles.
Yeah, me too.
I don't even know who Jimmy is. I don't know where Jimmy came from, but I call them sprinkles.
Colored sugars, which some people call these sprinkles, and those people are insane.
They're wrong. Those are psychopaths.
Yeah, exactly.
Not sprinkles.
So this one is yellow. Is there a variety of colors?
We're just gonna dye a whole bunch, and you get what you get. So
and you don't throw a fit.
Yeah, and the other thing is, if you don't like it, you can dye your own. All you need is some of the just grocery store food coloring, and you just put some sugar in a Ziploc bag, little sandwich bag, put in a drop, mix it around. If it's not the color you want, you just keep adding. It's pretty simple.
That's what we did.
Yep.
There's also little mini chocolate chips that you can sprinkle on top. You would find these like on top of our cookie dough truffles, just to get an idea. Coconut, you would find these as Joe's hair on our current Tiger King truffles. And
not real hair.
No.
Because that's gross.
And then cream, and this is heavy cream, right?
Yes. So we use 40% fat, ultra pasteurized heavy cream. We do it for a number of reasons. It's richer, it has a longer shelf life. You can use any cream that you get out of the grocery store. It's fine.
So now I have a question, just because I don't cook, but I watch all of the cooking shows. This is cold cream. Do they want to use cold cream, or do they want to let it sit out?
Well, we're gonna get to that.
Okay, good.
We are gonna get to that. Okay, so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna make a ganache. A ganache is really just a fancy word for chocolate. It's just a chocolate filling. So you're gonna get a bowl like this.
Doesn't have to be metal.
It does not have to be metal. Actually, and if you have the opportunity, you might want to get a glass one. What you do need to know is that the bigger, the better. And I'll tell you why in just a minute. So you have a bowl. You're gonna need a pot of some kind, or if you really need, or you don't have, a glass measuring cup. Okay, so we're gonna take the chocolate and we're gonna pour it in the bowl. You're gonna make sure that you have spread it around. I'm gonna do this so it doesn't slide.
So when she poured it in, it was in a big glob, but you wanna shake it around so it levels out.
You want the most surface area that you can get, okay? So what you're gonna do next is you're gonna heat up your cream. You have a choice of either pouring both of these into this and then putting it in the microwave for about 30 seconds at a time until it is almost boiling. Or if you have a small pot, you don't want a big one, if you have a small pot, you can heat it that way. So we're gonna heat it in the pot because that's how we normally do it. You wanna, And if
How
you
thick
show,
that
yeah, I
is.
know, it is super thick.
Wow.
Because it's full of yummy, yummy fat.
Fat. Ooh.
This is why I like candy, is because fat, butter, that's good. It's good stuff. So, if you can see here, it just barely coats the bottom because it is not a ton of cream. So if you're gonna cook it on the stove, or if you're a kid and you're gonna have your parents, your mom, your dad, cook it on the stove, you're gonna cook it low, and you're just gonna watch it. When it starts to bubble, you're gonna wanna turn it right off because you don't want it boiling and you don't wanna scald the bottom of the pot. So low and slow until it gets to almost boiling.
Slow and steady gets the job done.
Exactly. We here use induction. Oh, and the phone's ringing. But you can use whatever kind of heat you want. If you're doing it in the microwave, kids, be careful because the microwave heats things differently and unevenly. So you're gonna heat it in the microwave for 30 seconds, take it out, get a spoon, stir it around, put it in again. Okay, so we're gonna heat that up. And it should take just a couple of minutes, okay? So, so while that's heating, you can get rid of your cream things here. You're not gonna need this anymore. The other thing, while it's heating, you can watch it a little, depending on if you have an adult with you or if you are an adult, how adventurous you're being. You are going to need some scoops. We have melon ballers. We find that these work the best. You can use, they have smaller ice cream scoops. They also, you can just use a spoon if you want to. Also in your kit, you got the cute little paper things. This is just for presentation and this will make them pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna pause the video while the cream is heating. Maybe we'll get a close-up of it. Okay, so it's only been like 30 seconds and this is what it's looking like. Okay, you see how it's bubbling around the ends and in the middle? You're gonna take it off. Now it's done. Okay, so you have your super hot cream and you have your bowl full of chocolate. What you're gonna do is you're gonna slowly pour the hot cream over the chocolate. You're gonna try and coat as much of it as possible because you don't have a ton of cream to go on here. So, I don't know how much they can see because the camera is so far away.
But she's just going slowly in a back and forth across that motion, and she's got pretty much all of them covered there. So don't just dump it.
Yes.
That's what I'm always inclined to do. Just dump it in.
Just dump it. All right,
Is this
so
an overkill size?
nope, we're good. Okay, so I'm gonna show you this here. So this is kind of what it should look like. So all of your chocolate. Now,
It kind of looks like Cocoa Puffs and milk.
I love Cocoa Puffs. So now, it's just gonna sit there. We're gonna let it sit for about a minute because what you're gonna have it do is you're having all of that hot cream do the work for you, okay? So just make sure that all of that chocolate is still getting covered by the cream and it's melting the chocolate. Some of us sometimes, and I know in Carol's recipe, she adds a little pat of butter. We didn't do that because we just felt like it might be overkill. Although really, that's kind of blasphemy. Butter is never overkill.
Nope, I can't believe you even said those words.
Butter is amazing. Okay, so it's been sitting there for about a minute, and now Amber is going to stir it. And by stirring, really, she's gonna fold it. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna make sure that the cream is getting into all of the chocolate because you want it all to melt. Can you tilt the, or maybe I should just get the, we're gonna do some close-ups here.
It smells really good. Mom's gonna love it.
She is. Now here's the other thing. Sometimes it doesn't always melt. Whether it's because we didn't work fast enough, whether it's because your chocolate was too cold, it could be a number of reasons. This is why I said if you have a glass bowl, then what you can do is you can just pop that in the microwave for 10-15 seconds and just to finish it off, to finish off the chocolate melting. If you would rather not use the microwave, you can also use a double boiler. A double boiler, if you have a metal bowl, thank you, like we do, you just get another pot with some water, and then you bring that water to a boil, and then you can just plop that bowl on top and let the steam do the work. I think that's what we might end up doing because this is where we are right now.
See how chunky it is?
Yeah.
You do not want that.
No, we like chunky, not in chocolate though. We want it smooth. Okay, so we're gonna double boil it.
We have our water on our little hot plate and it's steaming, so I'm gonna set our big bowl just right here on top of it. And I'm gonna give it a lot of attention so that it doesn't burn to the bottom because it can scorch the cream that's in it. It can get icky, and we just want it to just melt enough. We don't need to make a big production out of this or anything.
No big production, so we can't use jazz hands?
Can always use jazz hands.
Then it is a production.
I think these times call for jazz hands. Like, people should just walk around with their masks on. And
oh, yeah.
can I also just say that some of you who may not want to wear your mask, or for you kids who your mom is making you wear your mask when you go out, I learned last week wearing my mask to the grocery store, my favorite thing about wearing a mask is that I can talk to myself and nobody knows it.
Oh my gosh.
I wish I was kidding. I learned that at Woodman's last week. I was there, like, my mouth is moving, but I was very cautious to not have the eye, you know, like I wasn't doing this because masks don't cover that up.
You know what I learned coming out of the post office today?
What?
Was there was a man there waiting to go in, and I looked at him and I smiled, and I realized he probably couldn't see me smiling.
Your eyes can smile though.
Or maybe I was like grimacing. I don't know. Look at how beautiful. So see, the steam is doing so much work there.
Yes. And it's going quickly. Like it was
Yeah, we've been filming for a minute and a half. That's it.
Yeah, for the first 45 seconds or minute, I felt like I was stirring rocks. But now it's starting to feel like gravy a little bit.
Chocolate gravy. Yummy.
We need to market that.
And the reason that it is swirly is because there are two different kinds of chocolate going on. And the two different chocolates have two different kinds, or two different levels of cocoa butter. And so that's what you're seeing. So we are done. We happen to have these little pans here. You can use a bowl, you can keep it in the bowl that you have it in. That's gonna make it a little trickier. You're gonna put it in something that, that is small and that will hold it. Look at that beautiful ganache. Now there are no flavorings in this. It is just chocolate and the cream. If you wanted to add vanilla or you wanted to add some kind of almond flavoring or peppermint, you would do that right before you poured it into this little square container.
So an extract, is that what you're saying?
Yep,
So
like you can put any
orange or lemon or
you absolutely could.
raspberry or root beer?
Root beer in chocolate is delicious, by the way. Yep, because you don't want to do it while it's being heated or cooking. You don't want it to evaporate.
No.
So you want to do it right before you pour it in. Just stir it around. But ours is plain because we just want to pay attention to the chocolate. So now what you're going to do is you're going to put it in the fridge. You can wrap it if you'd like. We're not going to do it for this. So your ganache has been sitting for about 2 hours. You want it firm.
Can it sit for more than 2 hours? Like if they do part of it at night, part the next day?
It can, yes, as long as you want, really. You're gonna show them how firm it is.
Oh yeah, see, like it's
yeah. Okay.
Put frosting in your fridge. Like
Put
if
frosting in your fridge?
Like if I open it and don't use it all.
You don't use all your frosting?
Okay, let's just move on here.
Okay. So because we want a close-up shot, I am going to film Amber doing truffles, and she's never done it before, and I'm just going to give her instructions. So you're going to learn just like Amber is, and we'll see how it goes. You have your pan of ganache. you have your melon baller or some kind of scoop. And what you're going to do is you're gonna make a truffle and you're gonna scoop it out. And when you do it, you wanna keep in mind that it has to fit in those cups, okay?
Okay.
So Amber's gonna scoop it out. I should mention that Amber has washed her hands repeatedly.
Yeah.
We here at Sugar Britches use gloves, but we wanted to not use them just to show you what it's gonna turn out like. Now, so she's got the ganache in her scoop, and we're gonna find out if Amber has hot hands or Amber has cold hands. So you're going to pull the ganache out of the scoop, and you're gonna roll it into a ball in the palm of your hand. There you go. She kind of has hot hands. Yep, nope. We're gonna put it on the parchment paper because then you're gonna use the toppings. But why don't you make like 2 or 3?
Okay.
And then, you know, we'll see what an expert you are.
Okay. Well, and I also want to say that I've made truffles before for one of our videos before, but it was in a mold and it was totally different. I got my hands dirty, don't get me wrong, but not like this. So.
At this point, this is where we make all kinds of ball jokes. But we're not gonna do that.
For our audience.
Nope.
I want to make mine bigger.
You can.
I feel like they're gonna fit nicer in there if I make them a little bit bigger.
Okay.
I'm gonna go big.
So here at Sugar Britches, when we do these, we will then dip them in chocolate that we have tempered. Tempering chocolate, though, requires either a lot of patience and a thermometer, or it requires a tempering machine like we have there. So since you are beginners at this, we figured we would instead coat them with all those yummy things.
I have another question.
Yes.
So these are much like cupcake little papers, wrappers. Can we make our ganache cupcake sized? And then mom can like have like big truffles? I feel like that's enough.
You could, but that Belgian chocolate is super rich. And you know, you're gonna gross mom out a little bit. Okay, so now your hands are dirty. That's okay. So you're gonna grab some of your sprinkles or whichever topping that you want.
I want sugar and I want coconut. I like bright colors too, so I want all of these things.
Okay, now you can do it one of 2 ways. Well, you can do it a whole bunch of ways. You can pull the lid off and then just roll it in the stuff.
Okay.
Or you can just sprinkle it on top and kind of push it in so it's just like a topping.
Oh yeah.
On top.
So I feel like the coconut's gonna be good for that.
All right, we're gonna zoom in here.
No, I'm gonna roll it. Ooh, it doesn't like that.
And so now your hot hands actually come in handy because the chocolate is slightly melted and that will grip onto the coconut.
So I feel like that this is a good video for a couple of reasons, because that's, you know, not super cute.
But tasty as
That
heck.
is very cute. Look at that.
I think you're getting more on the parchment paper than you are on the truffle.
Okay, and then
Your aim is terrible.
sugar. Well, so this is sprinkles and sugars. Because it's coming off my hand now.
You can also use cocoa powder. You can use crushed, I think we have the crushed nuts. You can look on any website, they'll tell you all kinds. Some people use crushed peppermint. You can use hard candies that you want to crush.
We're just going to do all of them now because I made that many, so now we can just see what they're all going to look like.
Perfect.
Of course, like Jodi said, it doesn't totally matter what it's going to look like because it's going to be delicious
They're going
nonetheless.
to taste amazing.
There.
There we go. So that is one of each. Done by
Made
Amber.
by somebody who doesn't have a clue.
Amber has finished rolling her truffles. Look at how beautiful they are.
Really, you could do this in the morning and surprise mom with it on Mother's Day.
Yeah, so other than letting the ganache chill for a couple hours, it really doesn't take a whole lot of time. If you want to put the truffles back in the fridge just to firm them back up, you can. The thing with storing chocolate is you don't store chocolate in the fridge. Like once it's done and it's made like that, it's done. So make sure you eat them in a day or two because it's got the cream in it and it's not encased in any chocolate. But after that, you're good to go. So,
Good.
Yeah.
It was easy. Thanks. I hope you guys have fun with it too.
So we have our beautiful truffles that Amber has rolled. We have a sugar one, we have a peanut one, chocolate chip, sprinkle, and coconut. You have enough in there to make between 20 and 25 truffles, depending on the size. Yeah, it's all kinds. It's amazing. So we're just gonna go ahead and try. Which one do you want?
I want coconut.
Okay, I like sprinkles. So we're gonna eat these. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting Sugar Britches. Happy Mother's Day.
Oh.
I love sprinkles. And this chocolate is just so smooth.
It is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I could eat this like
Don't tell mom this makes 25. Tell her it makes like 10.
Mm-hmm.
Store them in your bedroom. We won't tell.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, amazing.
Oh, that's really good.